Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. So I just have one question for you, and I want to know if anyone knows, if anyone can quote the song that I'm about to reference slash sample. I'll send you an Xbox One right to your front door. What do you do when the trades are untrue? Where is that from? That's all I'm gonna say is that one line. Now, obviously, I changed up the trade part because it's what do you do when something something is untrue. But if anyone of you guys can quote me, I doubt, because I'm a real hip hop head. But that's besides the point of this video. And a lot of people have been saying, Steve, you should start a hip hop. I don't care about new hip hop. I'm more of like a old school. But that's again besides the point. Anyway, and that is a Biggie lyric, by the way. But whatever. Look, Carmelo Anthony is staying in New York. As much as everyone would love to say LeBron James and Melo are going to team up, I would love for that to happen. That would be the greatest thing ever. But it's not going to happen. And here's why. If it were going to happen, it would have happened already. Because as soon as free agency started, Chris Paul and Paul George got traded. Without hesitation. As soon as it started, they got traded. But somehow, some way, Carmelo Anthony did not get traded right away. Which then leads me to the conclusion that it's not going to happen. Because if it were going to happen, it would... Excuse me. If it were going to happen, it would have happened already. It would have happened already. Melo would be on the Cavaliers right now if it were going to happen. Unfortunately for all Cavs fans, though, it's not going to happen. And I have a big smile on my face because you guys know I said I wouldn't be mad at Melo if he were to waive his no-trade clause and go to Cleveland or Houston because he has a better opportunity of winning there. And if he went to Cleveland, he definitely would win. So I said I wouldn't be mad at that. Go win a championship. You deserve it more than anyone else in NBA history. But boy, oh boy, do I have a big smile on my face. Carmelo Anthony is staying with the New York Knicks. You hear it here first. You heard it here first. And I guarantee you, as soon as he doesn't become traded, you can have all these other YouTubers. Why Carmelo Anthony decided to stay in New York? See, that's the look, I don't really like to talk about stuff like this, but I'm going to explain just briefly why I do what I do on this channel. There's a reason behind it. It's very unorthodox, but there's a reason behind it. You look at all of these really good basketball YouTubers. They make sort of like mini documentaries, like the unknown player that was better than LeBron, or like stuff like that. They make really good stuff, okay? But the thing about that is you don't see their personality. So as a fan base, you don't get connected with them. You catch my drift? As a fan base, you don't get connected with them. You just watch them. You're like, okay, whatever. Now, I'm not saying, you know, I'm better than her, because I don't. my content, I just record, and I record 2K, which I hate doing, and because I hate 2K, but I play it anyway, and I put it together, and I upload it, you know, for my personality to be in the videos. I'm not going to make a video where I'm reading off. That's not entertaining to me. I did that when I first started, and I don't like it. It's not entertaining to me. But anyway, so that's why I do what I do on this channel, for everyone that was wondering, and for everyone that gives me advice. I appreciate it. Like, for example, and I really do pay attention. You guys don't realize this, but yesterday I uploaded a video about LeBron James. Is the NBA sabotaging LeBron James? And then I also said in the title, I can't believe this. And Tom Baum, he said, take out I can't believe this in the title. And I was like, maybe he's right. So I took it out. So I listened to advice. But in terms of the reason why I make the videos the way I do, with my crazy predictions and my unorthodox, the way I talk and stuff like that, I do that on purpose so I can show my personality on the mic. It may take me longer to grow, but I'm never going to stop. We're still going to reach the top one way or another. Anyway, that's besides the point. So now this brings me to the next conclusion. If Carmelo Anthony does not go to the Cleveland Cavaliers and he stays in New York, that means right there that the LeBron era is over. That is exactly what that means. Because if you think about it, if Melo's not on the Cavs and the Cavs keep their same roster, a lot of people don't understand this. They say Cleveland doesn't need more scoring, they need defense. But what you don't understand is no matter how many great defenders you can get, it's not going to mean anything if you can't score, because the Warriors are going to score regardless on who's playing defense on them. Now, the one way getting a better defender would make sense is if it's like a Kawhi Leonard, where they play both ends of the court. Like, Kawhi will give you defense, but it'll also give you 25 points per game. And the same thing with Klay Thompson. Okay, now obviously Kawhi's on a whole nother level than Klay Thompson, but you get the point. So that's the only way improving on defense would help. Now, obviously, you need to have at least defense that knows what they're doing, but you need to focus on offense in terms of the Golden State Warriors. You do. Because think about this. You have Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson right there. That's like 70 to 80 points. Then you have Draymond Green. That's like 95 points right there. Eyes closed, you know? I mean, come on. Kevin Love's not going to be consistent. Kyrie wasn't consistent. LeBron was the only one that was consistent, but then again, he played terrible in some fourth quarters. Okay? So they need to improve their offense, because it's offense that keeps them in games. It's not defense, because there's no defending the Warriors. This is a team that the league has never seen before. Okay, now I know people are going to say, what about LeBron, Wade, and Bosh? Okay, I'll give you that. But LeBron, Wade, and Bosh are not counting by threes. The crazy thing is that Chris Bosh was the best three-point shooter out of the big three. And he's a big man. Okay? Where you have Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant, the three greatest shooters in the league, all on the same team. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's not about defense. Now, obviously, you need good defense. You need great defenders. But you need scoring more. That's more important against the Warriors, because no matter who you have out there, they're still going to give buckets. They're still going to get their buckets. Which is why when Kawhi was playing the Warriors in the conference finals, and I think it was conference finals, whenever, and before he got injured, they were up by 25, because Kawhi plays both ends of the court. Now, did he make a difference defensively? Not much, but he's still a really great defender, one of the greatest ever. But offensively, that's how important those two-way players are. And that's why you need offense. Okay? You need offense, man. So, with Melo not going to the Cavaliers, that leads me to one conclusion. One simple conclusion. And that conclusion is that the LeBron James era is over. Because Gordon Hayward just signed with the Boston Celtics. He just signed with the Celtics. So now, the Celtics are a really good team. Okay, and they signed him in free agency, which is ridiculous. So they get to keep all of their players, which is out of this world. Can you imagine Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, and whoever the hell is the other starter? Can you imagine that? Then you have Jay Crowder. I mean, come on. You know, I'm not saying they're going to beat the Cavaliers, but they're going to give them a run for the money. All right, so it's just a really tough thing, man, because it's the end of an era, man. It is. I'm sad to say this, but it is, because if LeBron doesn't get Melo on his team right now, because there's no one else to go after now. George is gone. Okay, CP3 is gone. So if they don't get Carmelo Anthony, they're not winning another championship. Because that same roster that they have now, they're not going to play any better than they did last year. And even if they do, it's still not going to mean anything. Think about it. What was it? Game 1, Kevin Love played extremely well, right? I'm pretty sure it was Game 1. And Game 2, he played extremely well. Their entire Big Three did, pretty much. Kyrie was slightly off, but Kevin Love had a great game. LeBron played great. Kyrie played all right. They still lost. Now, people are going to bring up, well, what about, what was it, Game 4, when they won Game 4? What about Game 4? They said Game 4 proved it, okay? But they're not going to be on fire like that every single game. Kevin Love is not that type of scorer. You know, so if Carmelo Anthony doesn't get traded to the Cavs, which he's not going to, it's not going to happen. If it were to happen, it would have happened already. Okay, I don't want to hear excuses about the GM and all this stuff. If it were to happen, it would have happened already. Now, maybe in a week, it will happen, but I highly doubt it. So, this right here marks the end of the greatest era in NBA history. The LeBron, Kobe, Melo, T-Mac, D-Wade, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, Chris Bosh, Jason Kidd, Vince Carter, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry. The greatest era in NBA history. This marks the end of that and the start of a new era. Wow.